First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honors to the elders, great millstone, and salutation to all y'all came out highs and bow with big to the marriage. I'm gonna title this video "The Man of Sin Be Revealed." I'm gonna start off with this article because Esau, his deception ain't working. People ain't falling for it. Back in the day, everybody would take the flu shot. It's a daily thing, but over now, people are starting to wake up to his nonsense. I'm really cautious about what goes into my body until the FDA fully approved the vaccine. I feel like it's not a good idea. Doesn't matter if the FDA approves it or not. I don't believe things should be forced on people when we've been telling them we're going to follow science. Who are the unvaccinated in America? There's no one answer. One segment of people who have avoided shots is vehemently opposed to the idea, but there's a second group of surveys that is still deciding. As coronavirus cases rise across the United States to fight against pandemic is focused on an estimated 93 million people who are eligible for shots but have chosen not to get them. These are the Americans who are most vulnerable to serious illness from the highly contagious Delta variant and most likely carry the virus, spreading it further. It turns out, though, that this is not a single set of Americans, but in many ways, too. One group are those who say they are adamant in their refusal of coronavirus, but they include a mix of people but tend to be disproportionately white, rural, evangelical, Christian, and politically conservative surveys show. So Esau, Esau's been given too much freedom over here. Esau, he's like a rotten child. That's the problem with Esau's white privilege, is that as long as he has that, he thinks that he doesn't gotta obey the law. That's why you see them complaining more about the vaccine mandates, protesting and a bunch of throwing a tantrum. Because when you take something away from a spoiled child, that's what they do. That's what Esau, you ever watch those videos, those Edomite kids? Mom, I'm not going upstairs. I want my Xbox. That's Edomite. That had never seen anything get taken away from him. Instead of making Esau not have white privilege and just being fair to everyone, they think they're outside that they should get the mandates and everybody else, they think hey, look, I'm above the vaccine. I don't need to take it. That's what they think. And the Christians, man, Esau's gonna throw away that Bible. I mean, not throw away, but Esau's gonna get rid of the scriptures one day. It may not be today, tomorrow, but sooner or later he's gonna have to. Look at this, Christians. And the way the scriptures say, mark of the beast. And the mark of the beast, the red and blood moon. All these prophecies that's coming to pass. And other are those who say they are opening to getting a shot, but they have been putting it off or want to wait and see before making a decision. There are a broad range of people, but tend to be a more diverse and urban group, including many younger people, Black and Latino American Democrats. With cases surging and hot, so basically Jake don't want to get it. He's like, yeah, we'll get it later on. But what does that name mean? Jacob means supplanted, trick. Jake's talking about, yeah, I'll go get it. And waiting. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Jake ain't getting that nonsense. All these things they're exposing on TikTok. That's what Jake usually use. TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Nah, Facebook don't got that much. But TikTok, YouTube, people ain't listening to Esau. Jake is watching TikTok videos about this Tuskegee experiment. So Jake is waking up to this wickedness. With cases surging, hospitalization rising, health officials making progress in inoculating the second group who surveys suggest account for less than half of all vaccinated unvaccinated adults in the United States. Look at a Bible scripture. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for the day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalt himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worshipped, so that he has power, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh, the Most High. You know, Esau thinks he's the Most High. Remember ye not when I was yet. Remember ye not when I was yet with you. I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. You know, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So, deceivable, you know. He's all deceiving people, talking about the vaccine can help you, heal you. You know, doesn't he try to sit in his throne, trying to be like the Most High? God is science, right? There's a nucleus and all this other nonsense, you know, a bunch of scientific words that you won't ever use in your day-to-day life. You know, he tried to break down the DNA, God gene, you know, dark matter, CERN laboratory opening portals. Esau thinks he could do all of that without no repercussion, right? He's he's done too much, you know. Who's cloning animals, right? Making their own food in labs. Esau, the so-called white man. Messing with the weather, the harp, right? Um, but yeah, causing earthquakes all over the place. Esau ultimately is the Lord, but the Lord gave Esau this power, and he thinks he's the Most High. He's gotten boastful, thinking no one could bring him down. And that's his problem. Micah 5:12. I will cut off the witchcraft out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Soothsayers, witchcraft. Esau put on the news. Yeah, the vaccine, good for you. The vaccine, repeating it over and over again, like a never-ending tape recorder. Ain't no one falling for it this time. I heard news several weeks ago about the Epsilon variant, which is hitting one of the countries in South America. So I don't want to get a vaccine now, necessarily if I don't have to, and then get a different vaccine 9 months from now. It doesn't even make any sense. This is ridiculous. Remember the scripture. The Lord is cutting the witchcraft. He literally is doing it. The soothsayers. No one's listening to him. Hey, what are you talking about? 9 months. And I get it now, and I get it 9 months later. What sense does it make? I remember I heard somebody say at my job, he's like, I got the vaccine, but I'm done taking it because it doesn't even make any sense. You got to get it again, and then you can get the coronavirus. That doesn't even make any sense. He said, everybody's waking up to Esau nonsense, and he's just, people really falling for it. who said he believed that the antibody he has from getting COVID-19 is sufficiently protective. The problem is, the same survey showed that the group firmly opposed to the vaccine outnumbers those willing to be swayed, and unless the nation finds a way to persuade the unwavering escaping, the virus grip will be a long way out because they make up as much as 20% of the adult population. Interviews this past week with dozens of people in 17 states presented a portrait of the unvaccinated in the United States. People driven by a wide mix of sometimes overlapping fears, conspiracy theories, concern about safety. And then you got Esau talking about persuading. Why would you need to persuade somebody to do something healthy for themselves? Get this salad. It's healthier than a cheeseburger from McDonald's. Why don't you want the salad? I'll pay you to eat this. Like it doesn't. If it's healthy, why you gotta persuade people? You know what I mean? Like you gotta persuade. Why do you need to persuade? It should be already healthy. You know, the vaccine. You shouldn't have to doubt or worry in the system unless they have a history of harming people, which we all know that. You know, who's gonna fall for these other nonsense? You know, Jake been asking for reparations. There's homeless people on the street starving, and you're worried. But he somehow has the money to make a global vaccine in less than 6 months. That doesn't even make it. Yo, Esau, if he was a smart devil, he would have did something kind before he did all of this. You know, or make a real disease. You know, Esau's an idiot. You know, Esau's plans are falling apart. You know, they at least are fighting each other. The scriptures are revealing him to be the wicked. You know, it's over for him. You know, no one's gonna not remember this moment. And like, ain't you devils shut down half the country, most of the country over a vaccine, you know? Esau loves to generalize Jake, but he never generalizes himself, you know? You know? Concerned about certain generalized skepticism of powerful institutions tied to the vaccine, including the pharmaceutical industry and the federal government. Myrna Patterson, 85, a Democrat from Rochelle, New York, who works at a hospital, and she could not shake her worry that the vaccine were produced too quickly. Is it really worth me taking it? Miss Patterson said. How do they know that it will kill the virus, and if it's really good for humans to be taking this vaccine? Hannah Reed, 30, a mother of four and a certified someone miler in Oregon who is an unaffiliated voter, says she had long been apprehensive about vaccines. Her young children get many, but not all, pediatric shots. She says her Christian faith has also made her comfortable with not yet getting a COVID-19 shot, which she thinks is too new. The conversation around it too noisy and bombastic. Alex Garcia, 25, who is not tied to any political party and works in landscaping in Texas, said he believed he was too young and healthy to need a vaccine. My immune system could fight it, Mr. Garcia said. He said he did not worry about infecting his unvaccinated 86-year-old grandmother either. About 30% of the adult population in the United States has yet to receive a shot, and about 58% of those aged 12 through 17 have yet to receive a shot. No one listens. No one wants this. You know. Ultimately, you can't trust Esau. You know, he's the devil. You know, Esau. Uh, get this one. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed whom the Lord shall consume with the I'll just reread it. Then shall that wicked be revealed whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and then shall destroy the brightness of his coming. You know, Esau is gonna be destroyed for this, you know? Even for a lot of things. But he sits on the throne of the Most High. You know, it's amazing how Esau painted the Most High and his own son as white people. You know, Edomites, stringy hair, blonde hair, and blue eyes. You know, Esau is gonna have hell to pay. I'll be sitting there like, damn, Esau did a lot. You know, you would think that, damn, When is he gonna suffer for that? Ultimately, you should be thinking the whole world would be like on fire right now. Esau been doing a lot, but it's all stacking up. Esau can't do the right thing, He can't do the right thing, which is why he's a wicked, That's why he's going in captivity, slavery, you know. And you got all these people talking about we got a Democrats, we got a vote, we got a political parties and all this. Oh, no one's gonna save us. No one in this system, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gonna save us. Jake put too much trust in his system. Like, I don't get it. How do you put trust in a system that doesn't care about you? You know? What about the 50 acres and a mule? I think it's 20 acres and a mule. But that's besides the point. That statement was made in 1800, but yet that never happened. Esau's a greedy bastard. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna start running through people's houses. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them, both inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. He has a short time. Esau is gonna start kicking down doors because the higher ups, the Rothschild, Rockefellers go down to the presidents and kings of the world, and they go down to their politicians, saying we gotta just push this because Esau directly talks to Satan, a spiritual Satan. These banker family talks to Esau. I mean not Esau. They talk to Satan. You know, these animal party with their face mask and all this other nonsense. The Rothschilds talk to spiritual demon Satan, and that's where they get the orders from. He's gonna tell them. The Lord's gonna tell Satan to tell the Rothschild, you need to move this along. Because Satan works for Yahweh. Esau doesn't even consider that. He doesn't even believe in Yahweh. He thinks Satan is his own being without no one controlling him. That's what Esau thinks, which is why he's gonna fall. He thinks Satan. He said before himself and Satan didn't blink. No one controlled. He's his own god and not, like Esau is crazy. He deletes Yahweh out the picture. And he thinks beyond. He controls Satan. Esau is delusional. He's very delusional. Where he's gonna fall. We'll end it like that. We'll give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshai. Double honor to the elders, great millstone, and salutations to all Yakim and Howden byways. So next time I say Shalom.